Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Draw and Talk. And so we've been working on our little silhouette idea, trying to get a little image or a character figured out, and I wasn't really liking where it was going, so I'm gonna take a step back from that for the moment, and I'm gonna go back to doing another study and then compiling that information to come up with a Minotaur. And so I've gathered up some reference. And as I'm gathering up reference, there's so much information out there. And there's so many wonderful animators, illustrators, artists to that do and execute these wonderful fantastical characters. And so it becomes hard. It becomes harder to focus your vision when there are so many choices. Um, and so what I'm getting at is I'm going through it, I'm compiling reference for this little illustration. And, I found some things that I kind of liked. Like I liked how this Minotaur looks kind of decayed and like he's falling apart. He looks almost undead. And then this was a neat little idea, sample of things that you can see demonstrated, just some ideas. So I kind of allowed myself only 5 pieces of reference. And I think that's what I'm going to work off of. I'm just going to allow myself a few pieces of reference and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to get to it. Uh, because otherwise it becomes a task. It becomes overwhelming. You can have so much information, you just suffer from reference overload. And then most of it doesn't get used anyways. So unless you specifically pick out the tiny things that you want from each one, then you have like 20 pieces of information, 20 different reference pieces. But even at that point, it's you're just doing yourself a disservice by spending so much time on reference, and collecting all that reference is great, but uh, you know that takes up a lot of time, and you don't want to just collect. You want to get to the eventual drawing and the concept. So yeah, so whenever you're looking for reference, just be aware of that. Take a moment to reevaluate what it is that you specifically want uh, with your illustration, with your character building, and then just go for it. You know, always keeping always keeping that vision in mind or that goal in mind, because then you get sidetracked from a lot of things. I don't know why my computer's taking so long. Time to buy a new one, I guess. Come on. Come on, little one. Come on, little one. Push, push, push. Does anybody get that reference? This is giving me great material, actually. Push, push, little one. Come on, come on. That's from Jurassic Park. I'm virtually John Hammond. It took me a long time to figure out what his name. John Hamm. John Hamm from Mad Men. That almost sounds like John Hammond. John Hammond is Don Drape. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, you know what might be taking it so long is the fact that um, the format that I have is like several thousand pixels, and so I'm streaming and doing stuff online as well. But that's okay. I can always edit. if I wanted to. But maybe this is a good lesson, not just for me, but for you guys. You know, a good lesson to just stop for a moment, take a nice little break, a deep breath, and just, wow, I get to draw today? Oh my gosh, that's so incredible. And it's bright and sunny out. The weather looks great. I might go outside afterwards, have a nice cup of coffee. Actually, have my cup of coffee. Have my cinnamon bun. I already scarfed that down. Oh, it's delicious. It was so good. Mm. Ah, yeah, this coffee's good. I'm not a big coffee fan. If you guys drink coffee, um, I'm actually quite new to the repetitious nature of waking up in the morning and drinking coffee. I started to do it since I started doing self-isolation, and that is, I don't know, coffee is not good for you in massive quantities. But then there are a lot of things that aren't good for you. So I'm enjoying it either way. Oh no, it's black. That's funny. It's a good thing there are tons of different tools to invert or color change, and actually we could just do it the easy way. Look at that. Look, like it didn't take any time that time. That's so weird. Computers. They're so funny. You're so funny. Computers, you're so funny. I gotta go back to this layer. All right, so now I just gotta decide what I'm gonna. You know what? That other reference was much more invigorating in this reference. And then I got that, and I make another layer and do that. It's perfect. It's perfecto. Okay. I'm just getting situated. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, all right. Yeah. What an interesting drawing this is. I don't know why every time I get on to record, I have the hiccups. I am so sorry. How unprofessional of me. That's just disturbing. That's just disturbing. But anyways, you got a nice dark value up there. I wonder. Usually, I get what? Oh, what the heck was that? Yeah. So usually, you just kind of go through and sculpt out things. I don't know. Maybe that's the usual thing for you. I don't know. I don't know what's normal for you guys. It's not the same. It's not the same as what's normal for me. But and let's see. So usually when I'm doing a study like this, I don't try to be. I'm not going to try to be so literal with it because I mean it's already been done. This has already been figured out by some wonderful artist. So I'm going to take it and I'm just going to replicate certain things and go from there, you know. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing all right, doing okay. Only sending love and warm feelings your way. love and warm feelings. Hopefully your day has started out just as great as mine has. Had a good day for drawing. Excuse me. uh, Now, I don't know if I'm going to leave that in there. I should. I should leave that in there. I am a human being. Sneezes happen. Oh, and like look at all this play like here. That's really rough. That's a very, very rough situation. What is going on? There we go. Oh yeah, that's great. Um, so, oh, I think that whenever I try to, whenever I go through some hardships, I just take a step back. Everybody takes a step back. And I always say that, but I really do because it helps. There's no need to get frustrated over the little things. Like, they're not important. You know, it doesn't matter. You're only as strong as you allow yourself to be. And that's dependent on quite a few things. It's dependent on how willing you are to make a change or um, do other stuff. Like right now, I'm going through this weird computer things. Like this is phenomenal how this is happening in the moment. Like it's great. Look, it's just doing random stuff. Oh, I love it. Because now I get to practice a bit of that philosophy and show it and demonstrate it to you guys. And so the universe is providing me with uh, this outlet. It's saying, okay, here's today's issue. Go ahead and use your skills that you've been practicing, and we're gonna push through, and we're gonna demonstrate to these people how it works. This issue of continuing or discontinuing what's important. So whenever you come and you come to something like this, like, oh, my computer's acting up, then what's the appropriate response? If you find that you're drawing and it's not, you find that you're drawing and it's not complying, it's not, it's like a Borg, uh, it's not acting in your favor, then you just need to stop and take a step back and restart your computer. Go watch some television, go read a book, go exercise a little bit, do some push-ups. It's it's a product of what you make it. Like this incident right here is making my philosophy stand out so much better than I could have anticipated. And so hopefully when you take that into account, when you try to exercise it, just keep in mind that you have to not only be forgiving of the situation, be forgiving with yourself and say like, oh, well, I'm not able to get any drawing done at this particular moment, but I've still created something that can be insightful to other people, and I am still on that path to mastery, and nothing's going to stop that. So I'll just have to wait a moment and reconvene, take that momentary break and then come back to it. So this has been a great lesson. Um, then having said that, I think that I'm meant to take a break for a moment and step away, especially since everything's being so slow. But I wish you guys the best. I hope you're all well and happy and you're doing what you love, especially during these times. It's important to 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 work on those aspects of yourself so that other people see that you're trying to make a difference and they get inspired by that, and it starts to create a nice little flowering of, or this nice little igniting of the torches, you know, keeping those passions burning bright. So, okay, I'll return here in a few minutes and we'll continue to draw. I'll probably do some adjusting on things and reset stuff and